to Canadian special.
Oh, sorry, that's my alarm. I'm late.
That's a great way to start this big Canadian radio special,
here.
Miley Cyrus.
Oops. 11:30. That's what time I planned on showing up.
Okay. Well,
I got here early.
that's is that rare for you, or usually on
I'm
time?
usually not that on time. I have my own concept of time.
Okay.
No, I watched this Grace Jones interview, and I was obsessed that she said she had her own concept of time to the interviewer because she was 7 hours late to her interview. And when they said you're 7 hours late, she was like, "Yes, I know." It was fine. So I'm like, I wish I could do that because I'm always running late. I try not to for this kind of stuff, but in my own life, I'm always late. And I'm like a flaker too.
Oh,
I'm the worst. You know, when you make like, oh, yeah, let's have dinner this week for sure, and then he's like, oh, I forgot I have this doctor's appointment and I have to go to the dentist today, and it's like everything else comes up.
Does that drive your friends crazy?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, but it's just because I'm a homebody, so I want everyone to come to me. I wish I could just put like a compound with like a store and a sushi restaurant
You need like
behind
a
my
Starbucks
gate.
or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. They have some communities that are like that, but that's a little cat in the hat for me.
Okay.
It feels kind of like a weird fake world. I don't want to be too locked away out because I will go crazy.
Well, and I want to ask you about that because you are. It's been a crazy year, but it's been a crazy few years for you. How have you not just burnt out?
I took like 2 years when I was making this record, because making the record doesn't really feel like work to me. I'd rather be in the studio because, like I said, I'm always at home. So going to the studio is another place that I can be locked away without people, but I'm out of my house. So I like doing that. I pretty much try to go to the studio every day, even when I'm not working. I've got this crazy 2-week trip coming up. I'm going to London and Germany. I get home on the 27th, and I already have a session booked for the 28th because I just want to go right back into the studio.
So jet lag's not even like a thing?
I think it's like anything. If you just power through it and you pretend like it's not going to catch up with you, you kind of got to do that, because sometimes when you go back and you're jet lagged, you end up like ruining your life because you sleep during the day and you can't sleep at night, and then you get off this crazy schedule. So I just kind of try to bounce into like wherever I'm going and keep sleep as a last priority.
Is it true that you're in the studio all night long? It's not, you don't keep normal hours?
No, I'm like a night owl because I don't get to the studio till about 5, which means I don't lay vocals down. My assistant said the other day, he goes, "You're gonna get there at 4 and you're gonna start recording at midnight." And I was like, you're so exaggerating. That's not true. He got back. He went and like partied with his friends, came back, and I still hadn't cut vocals. He's like, "It's 1. You did it even more than what I thought." He was like, "What have you been doing for all these hours?" I was like, "Well, I wrote a verse. And then I've been like sitting here. I've been like chilling, been on the computer. I've been listening to other records. So I just like when I'm in the studio, I kind of just hang out there and then I work. So it doesn't feel like a pressured thing. I get a lot done, more than most would think, because I do just end up hanging out. But once I'm actually in the booth, I stay in there.
And do you ever, at 4 o'clock in the morning, ever get like? I mean, nobody ever talks about in the studio. Do you ever get vocally tired and then have to keep going? And
yeah, there's times where I can feel it though. Like I know when I'm wearing myself down. So I always just try to protect myself. I kind of know when my voice is gonna be tired. So I try to stop and like kind of protect myself, because I know I have to tour so much and I have to like do even stuff like this is actually harder on your voice. Talking is harder than singing.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it's a whole different thing of like how you use your vocal cords. And when you sing, you use a totally like different part. You use a lot of like your head voice, so it doesn't actually like hurt you. But then I talk a lot, so I talk a lot even when I'm in the studio, because that's what I'm doing from 4 till midnight. I'm just talking. I'm not even working yet. So yeah, it's kind of like you gotta know when to stop, and then you come in the next day and you finish, and you just gotta keep yourself like healthy.